1-2, swung on and miss. Fuchs
coming in right side, Sip goes down to the slide and gets it.
Nelson's going to take off on the pitch, which is a called strike 3. Anderson.
Wes Marshall pitches a ground ball through the infield on the left side. One will score. They're going to wave a second runner around. Throw will come to the plate. It is not in time.
Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a good Thursday afternoon from Theraldson Complex here on the campus of North Dakota State University. This is the North Dakota State Class B Girls Softball Tournament here on your live event. Game number 2 today features the Region 4 champs and the number 3 seed, the Beulah Miners, head coached by Kyle Christensen with a mark of 19 wins and 6 losses, going up against the Region 2 runner-up in the Thompson Tommies, head coached by Matt Chandler with a mark of 14 wins and 5 losses. This is our Irie Insurance pregame show. For more information, go online to irieins.com. That again is irieins.com. The Thompson Tommies boys baseball team able to win earlier today, 13-3 against North Star. They're partaking in this contest here, currently underway at Newman Outdoor Field. Central Cass and Lax Burlington in baseball. That game again currently right here on your live event as well on Newman Outdoor Field. Thompson won 13-3 over North Star in 6 innings earlier today in baseball. Earlier today here in softball, in 5 innings, a 17-7 win for Velva Drake and a Moose against Kindred Richland, as Kindred Richland picks up the win against Velva Drake and a Moose in that contest. Avery Ammerman for the Kindred Richland Vikings had a really nice performance as in that game for Ammerman. She went 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs and 1 run scored for the Kindred Richland Vikings. So again, Beulah and Thompson, winner to play Kindred Richland at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. The loser will play Velva Drake and a Moose in the consolation semifinals. That'll be at 11 o'clock. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back after this, we'll dive into the matchup a little bit more between Thompson and the Beulah Miners in terms of their record against the state tournament teams, how they got here, and more. That's all to come. It's game number 2 of 4. It's the Class B quarterfinals state softball here on your live event.
Basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Hello, Shane with Irie Insurance. We are proud to announce our Benefits Connect platform. You will have more options with Irie Insurance Benefits Connect. You have choices. Do you know who your group agent is? Do you meet annually to review benefits? Would you like to save money? Would you like more benefits? You have choices. We take a different approach to providing benefits through education, communication, and a personal touch. To find out more about Irie Insurance, go to irieinsurance.com.
Farming.
As we come back here on your live event, the Thompson Tommies against the number 3 seed here in the Beulah Miners. This is the state softball tournament on your live event. Let's take a look at some of the history. First, for the visitors on the scoreboard, the Thompson Tommies. This is their 7th state tournament appearance, their 4th straight here in Class B softball. Runners-up last season, losing to Central Cass by a final of 4-1. That's their only state title game appearance against the field. Against tournament teams this year, Thompson is 2-5. They beat Kendra Richland, lost to Central Cass and Beulah, and went 1-3 against Mayport CG. Region 2 softball tournament for the Tommies. Wins over Larimore and Langdon area Edmore Munich. Lost in the semifinals to Mayport CG. Came back then and lost to Mayport CG as well in the championship. 7-4 in the semi, 16-5 in the title here for the Tommies. Tommies again 14 wins and 5 losses on the season. For the Beulah Miners, this is their 2nd state tournament appearance and 2nd straight. It's a rematch of a state qualifying game last season in Jamestown, in which Thompson won 10-0 over the Miners. Last season, Beulah finished 5th place at the state tournament. Record against the state tournament field this season for Beulah: 2-2, a win against Thompson. They went 1-1 against Velva Drake Anamoose and 0-1 against the Central Cass Squirrels. To get here onto the Region 4, an 18-0 win over Wilton and Wing in 5 innings, a 7-1 win over Central McLean in the semifinals, and then an 8-1 win over Velva Drake Anamoose in the championship for the Beulah Miners. Head coach by Kyle Christensen with a mark of 19 wins and 6 losses. So the Beulah Miners and the Thompson Tommies, who's going to join Kinder Richland tomorrow in the semifinals, we'll find out a little bit later on. Here as this game continues, still to come as well. At 4 o'clock, it's Central Cass against Alex Burlington and Lewis and Clark. And then the nightcap around 6, it's Mayport CG and Renville County. Mostly sunny skies in Fargo, 68 degrees. The wind still blowing out to left center field. We'll take a quick timeout. We're back after this with the starting lineups and the first pitch from Theraldson Complex here on the campus of North Dakota State University. This is the State B Girls Softball Tournament.
Doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country. Experts in every field.
The Mayport CG Booster Club is here to support, promote, and encourage all Patriot sports and academic activities. The Mayport CG Booster Club members strive each year to make events within Mayport CG schools a very rewarding experience for the students, athletes, and spectators alike. For more information, like the Mayport CG Booster Club on Facebook. Best of luck to all the teams in the state softball tournament, and good luck to the Region 2 champ, Mayport CG Patriots, from the Mayport CG Booster Club.
Let's get to the starting lineups here in this one between the Thompson Tommies and the Beulah Miners. Thompson, they'll go like this. Sydney Schwabe, a sophomore pitcher. Maya Krogstad, the senior second baseman. Olivia Dick, the junior catcher, batting third here for Thompson. Face Stump, the sophomore left fielder, batting cleanup. Summer Haig, the junior first baseman, batting fifth. Drew Schwab, the sophomore shortstop, sixth. Christine Lopez, the junior third baseman, batting seventh. Kaya Hurst, the 8th grade center fielder, and Maya Warkin, the 8th grade right fielder here for the Thompson Tommies again for Thompson. So Schwabe, Krogstad, Dick, Stump, Haig, Schwab, Lopez, Hurst, and Workin for Thompson, head coach by Matt Chandler. We'll get to the defense here in a moment for the Beulah Miners. First pitch underway here, and that'll be at 1:17, and that's in there for a strike here on this Thursday afternoon. Taylor Christensen, the daughter of head coach Kyle Christensen for the Miners in the circle. Gerke is behind the plate. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the way. That'll miss for a ball, now 1-1. On the year here for the Beulah Miners, 19-6 with Christensen on the mound. 1-1 pitch, that'll miss, now 2-1. Bieber at third base, Seibel at short, McKay at second, Cassidy Christensen, also the sister of Taylor, at first base here for the Miners. Here's the 2-1 offering on the way to Schwabe. This one swung on and missed, now 2-2. Rembolt in left, Dale Geiger in center, and Dupong in right field here for the Miners in the outfield. Here's the pitch, 2-2 to the backstop, now 3-2. For the Beulah Miners this season, Taylor Christensen with a 0.74 earned run average so far on the year, and she leads the team batting .522 at the plate. Here's the righty-righty matchup, and strike three looking to record Schwabe here for out number 1. So Schwabe is out 1 down here in the top of the first inning. Maya Krogstad, the senior second baseman, now will step in against the righty Taylor Christensen here. Christensen in the circle, a junior. This Beulah Miners team, 3 seniors on the roster, everyone else juniors and sophomores, and second straight year they've made it to state. This one swung on and missed, now 0-1. If they win today, they will have their best state tournament appearance in program history after finishing as the consolation champs a year ago in Jamestown. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the way. This one fouled back to the netting, now 0-2. And as we said earlier in our Irie Insurance pregame show, Thompson won 10-0 over the Beulah Miners last season in Jamestown. So a chance of a revenge game here for the Beulah faithful. For the Thompson Tommies, they want to find a way to do what they did last year. Here's the 0-2 pitch. This one is in on the ground, foul. It'll be 0-2 still coming. Thompson would like to get back to that state championship game and find a way to bring their first title in program history in softball to Thompson. Earlier this season, about a week and a half ago, played a doubleheader with Kindred Richland and Central Cass. Went right down to the wire in both games through 7 innings. 1-run loss against Central Cass. They came back and defeated the Vikings. Swung on and missed, and Christensen is in the zone early. Gets Schwabe looking on strikes, and on 4 pitches gets Krogstad on strikes, and it's now 2 down here in the first inning. Olivia Dick will be stepping up to the plate here, the junior catcher. 13 stolen bases to lead the club this season, also with a .396 batting average. 22 runs scored and 13 runs driven in as Dick takes for a ball, now 1-0. We will follow the Thompson Tommies through every game here of the state softball tournament and state baseball tournament as well here on your live event for our audio-only coverage. 1-0 pitch in there for a strike at 1-1. Thompson Tommies baseball team tomorrow. They will play at 3:30 in the afternoon against the winner of Central Castellax Burlington. That game you can listen to with Joel Morgan and alongside Josh Boyko on your live event as well. Last check in the 4th inning, it was 2-0 Delax Burlington. 1 ball, 2 strikes here against Olivia Dick. Olivia will try to get a 2-out rally going here for the Tommies in the first. 1-2 pitch. This one is hitting the air up the third base line, but foul. Wind blowing to left center field, and we saw it play some havoc earlier in game number 1 with Velva Drake, Animus, and Kindred Richland. Particularly if you hit it right down the right field line, it would come back into play. We saw a pop-up that looked like it was going to get to the fans. Instead, just hung up and was a catch. Swung on and missed, and striking out the side is Taylor Christensen. So Christensen 3 up, 3 down as we go to the bottom of the first inning. Beulah coming to bat for the first time today here on your live event.
Loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Bottom of the first inning we go. The Beulah Miners will send Taylor Christensen up to the plate here in the bottom of the first after striking out the side. She will be your leadoff batter here for the Beulah Miners. Addie Delgeier, the 8th grade center fielder, batting second. Ava Seibel, the shortstop sophomore, is batting third. Batting cleanup, Brecken Bieber, the junior third baseman here for Beulah. You have Avery Backus, the senior designated player. Jada Rembolt, the left fielding freshman. Lizzie DePong, the sophomore right fielder, batting 7th. Kayla Gerke, the senior catcher, 8th. And Cassidy Christensen, the first base 8th grader, batting 9th. And the flex player is going to be McKay, the sophomore second baseman. Sydney Schwabe in the circle here for the Thompson Tommies. As Schwabe, first pitch in there for a strike against Taylor Christensen. Taking a look at the Beulah Miners in terms of their bats here. This one is going to be popped up and in the air to center field. This one carrying Hurst to the track, to the wall, and that one's off the facing of the wall. Rounding first is Christensen. She's in with a stand-up double. And again, the wind carried that one to center field. It looked like straightaway center is 218. Potentially just could have been a routine fly ball. Kept Hurst going, and she had to go all the way to the track. And that'll be a leadoff double here for Christensen and the Beulah Miners. Beulah Miners, they have a lot of, you would say, stickers in football in terms of the Ohio State Buckeyes or anything of that nature, where you have some pride stickers all around the helmet. Here's Cindy Schwab, throws a ball to Addie Delgeier here. It's now 1-0. 1-0 pitch on the way. This one is hit to right center field, and that one is going to drop in front of the center fielder, Hurst. They're rounding Christensen. She's coming in, and that's going to be a RBI double, 2 up and 1 in here for the Beulah Miners as they take a 1-0 lead, and they strike first blood. Christensen comes in to score from second base, and Delgeier is in for back-to-back doubles. So Delgeier makes it a 1-0 contest here with the RBI double. And Beulah wasting little time here in the first inning. Ava Seibel will take a strike. It's now 0-1. Olivia Dick behind the plate here for the Tommies. Lopez at third base. 0-1 pitch on the way. This one foul back to the netting, now 0-2. Schwab is at second base, at shortstop. Krogstad at second with Haig at first. Warkin in right, Hurst in center, and Stump in left field. 0-2 pitches hit up the first base side for a foul, and we'll keep it at 0-2. So early here for the Beulah Miners, able to get on the board. We'll see what else they can add here in the bottom of the first inning. Swung on, and this one going to be a strikeout for Schwabe. First out now here in the bottom of the first inning. As Bieber will step up to the plate. This one is going to be on a line. That's going to one-hop the shortstop, Schwab, and getting aboard is going to be an infield single here for Bieber. Runners will be at the corners now. That went right over Lopez. And then Schwab had a chance, but that was being deep in the hole as she was playing Lopez. Again, was playing a little bit in at third base. So now runners at the corners with Bieber at first, Delgeier at third. The runner goes from first to second. They have the quick whip throw at third, and they got her. What a play by Olivia Dick as Lopez comes on with the tag. Dick, instead of going to the runner at second base, and Bieber's now at second, she threw back to the runner, the go-ahead runner, at third base, and Delgeier is retired on the pickout. So now 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning, and Backus is up 2-0 in the count as she takes a strike, now 2-1. So really nice play by Olivia Dick as they're able to get the pickoff at third base, and here comes a line drive single to Stump in left field. Stump will bring it on in, but the Beulah Miners will get an RBI single here from Backus, and Backus goes up to second base as well. It's now 2-0 Beulah. So if this one ends up in a one-run contest, mark that play with Olivia Dick picking off again. Dilgeyer at third, but Backus continues to keep the hitting going here as coming in to score is going to be Bieber. It's now 2-0. So Backus with the RBI single. First pitch to a strike to Rembrandt here for the left fielder freshman. That one going to miss for a ball, now 1-1. So 2 runs on 4 hits so far for the Beulah Miners as they're getting to Schwabe early here in the circle. Runner at second base again is Backus. The pitch, that'll miss. Be now 2-1. Leadoff double by Christensen, followed by a Dilgeyer double as well. This one's going to be hit and past the second baseman Croxton into right center field. Hurst is there to the track. Coming in to score is Backus. It's a stand-up double for Rembrandt. Now Rembrandt wants 3, and she's going to get in with the triple. It's now 3-0 Miners. So coming in to score is going to be Backus. Rembrandt is able to get all the way to third base here, and Matt Chandler's going to come out and have a little conference call here with his team. It's 3-0 Beulah here after the RBI by Rembrandt. And Beulah able to get 3 runs so far here in the first inning as they're not wasting any time really either. They are coming out aggressively swinging against Sydney Schwabe. We saw this earlier this season where the Thompson Tommies fell behind early to Kindred Richland. They kept it close, though, where it was a 3-4 run game and came back to get a couple of runs late in the 7th inning, and Thompson and end up winning it against the Kindred Richland Vikings earlier this season, and now they're going to have to try to do the same thing here this second time around for the Thompson Tommies, but instead against Kindred Richland, it will be against the Beulah Miners. Thompson in that game in the win, they came back and won 5-4. It's a 1-1 count now to Lizzie DePong, the right fielding sophomore here, the 7th batter to the plate for the Beulah Miners. This one is hit in the air, and that one is to right center field, and it's an RBI single coming in to score as Rembrandt from third. It's now 4-0 Beulah. DePong continues to keep the line moving here, the RBI single. And now it's going to be Kayla Gerke here, the senior catcher. So 4 runs in so far for Beulah, a team that's averaging 11 runs per contest here this season, and they're just adding on to it right now as it's now 4-0. This one foul back to the backstop. Kayla Gerke will be 0-1. Going back to Beulah, though, this season, batting average of .358 as a team and an ERA under 1. That'll win you a lot of games. This one misses for a ball, now 1-1. Against the state tournament, the Beulah Miners 2-2 with a win over Thompson earlier this year. This one foul tipped, now be 1 ball and 2 strikes. Beulah beat the Thompson Tommies back on May the 7th, part of the midseason madness in Fargo by a final of 15-5. This one is looking to get back to that category right now. 1-2 pitch missing low, now 2-2. Thompson will try to minimize the damage with 4 runs, but the Miners have brought the bats to play. 2-2 pitch swung on and misses. Schwabe will get the second strikeout, but not before the Thompson Tommies give up 4 runs here in the first inning. So we go to the top of the second. It's the Beulah Miners 4, the Thompson Tommies scoreless here on your live event.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
In the first inning, the Beulah Miners score 4 runs on 6 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We go to the top of the second. It's Beulah 4, the Thompson Tommies scoreless here. Thompson will send face stump Summer Haig and Drew Schwab, the 4, 5, and 6 batters to the plate in the second inning after Taylor Christensen struck out the side for the Beulah Miners. First inning takes 14 minutes as we get ready here for the second inning. Chase Miller with you on your live event. And we will have complete coverage of all the East Region teams in the Class B State Softball Tournament. Still to come, Central Cass and Mayport CG in the latter afternoon to the early evening portion of this state tournament. We will follow Kindred Richland, Thompson, Central Cass, and Mayport CG no matter what game they play. Tomorrow and Saturday, we will have that coverage for you right here again on your live event. So the Thompson Tommies right now will be trailing after 1 inning of play, and they'll try to get a runner on against a really good pitcher here in Christensen. This will be followed back with Faye Stump now 0-1. Faye so far on the season batting .368, 1 home run and 18 runs driven in this season for Faith. For the head coach, Matt Chandler, just one senior, Maya Krogstad, a host of juniors and sophomores on the team. This is fouled back now 0-2. Very youthful team in terms of Thompson and what we saw earlier today with Kindred Richland, again with Maddie Burchell being just the lone senior. 0-2 pitch on the way from Christensen. Swung on and missed, and Christensen has 4 up and 4 strikeouts to begin this contest. 1 strikeout looking, 3 strikeouts swinging, and Christensen looks to be in the zone early right now for the Beulah Miners. So Haig, the junior first baseman, this one runs in at the hands. It'll be 0-1. So the old adage is, in baseball or in any sport, if you fall behind early, that's okay because you have time for the rest of the game. But if you're unable to really get anything going against a pitcher who's in the zone, a 4-run lead can feel like a 8 or 9-run lead. And now it's 0-2 here to Summer Haig. Swung on and missed. It's Christensen. Looks to make quick work of the 5th batter, and she does. Her 5th strikeout here of the afternoon. 2 down now in the second. And if Taylor Christensen can pitch like this, the Beulah Miners would have a chance to be the first team in the Class B division to win a state title from the western side of the state. All the championships so far have been from the eastern side. Kindred Richland, Central Cass, and Enderlin Maple Valley. Drew Schwab, the sophomore shortstop, falls behind the count 0-1, and Christensen wasting very little time as she's attacking the zone early in these counts. This one is going to be popped up. Seibel at short calls everybody off, and that'll retire the side. 2 pitches to get Schwab out here and a pop-out to the shortstop. An inning and a half complete in Fargo. It's Beulah 4, Thompson scoreless. It's the State B softball tournament on your live event.
School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow into the new space and move forward with excellence.
This is
update for you at Newman Outdoor Field. Bottom of the 6th inning, Central Cass trails by 2 against Alex Burlington. The Lakers 2, the Squirrels nothing. That game also you can listen to right here on your live event. Joel Morgan, Josh Boyko on the call for you at that one for the state baseball tournament at Newman Outdoor Field. It's been fun to see what they did to start this softball state tournaments. They had the duo of the Super Softball Tournament, where it was the Class A and Class B playing together as Cassidy Christensen, Taylor Christensen, and Addie Delgeier, the 9-1-2 batters, come on here to start the second inning. 1-0 pitch is fouled back to the netting, now 1-1. And then a few years ago they said, you know what, why don't we keep Class A with Class A and Class B with Class B, where if the A baseball tournament's in Fargo, for example, the A softball tournament would be in Fargo as well. 1-1 pitch is hit up the first baseline foul, now 1-2. Since they've done that, you have, for example, the Thompson fans game earlier this morning. Watch the Thompson baseball team play a game and now partake in a Thompson softball game here. This one will be missed for a ball. And also because of that, you can allow family and friends to maybe see their niece, nephew, or their kids get to play as Schwabe gets the strikeout to open up this second inning. Strikeout looking, so back-to-back strikeouts for Cindy Schwabe. First time through the lineup here, 3 strikeouts. There has been 6 hits against her and 4 runs scored. So Taylor Christensen will come on here. Christensen with a leadoff double that almost went out of the park. Hits one up the third base line, and nice play up the third base line by the head coach Kyle Christensen, showing off he's got his range. But Taylor falls behind the count now 0-2. Here's the pitch. Off speed, popped up. The wind's going to keep this one in play, and it'll be a foul ball. We'll keep it at 0-2. Taylor Christensen has hit one of the hardest balls so far through this second game, and even in the first inning, that one went all the way and went to the wall in left center field. Here's the 0-2 pitch. This one is popped up, and who's going to call it on the infield? The second baseman, Krogstad, comes across and able to call everybody off to get the second out. 218 to straightaway center, 200 down either the left or right field line respectively here at Theraldson Park. Gorgeous complex for college softball, and the same here for high school softball to watch a game. This one is hit in the air. That's to left field, and cutting into the gap and making the catch is Stump in left field to retire the side. So 3 up and 3 down here in the second inning for the Beulah Miners. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. 2 complete here. It's the State Girls Softball Tournament quarterfinal round action. 4-0 Beulah. The Thompson Tommies coming to the plate in the third.
DK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. This spring has been a trying time, and we may feel everything is out of our control. Please remember to slow down and stay safe this spring. Come home to your families each and every night. Please use this time to make sure your planter is ready to go. Keep downtime to a minimum. When you get into the fields, we are here to help you with any planting issues that may come up. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Top of the third inning we go. The Thompson Tommies and the Beulah Miners. The story right now has been the girl in the circle for Beulah, Taylor Christensen. So far, 6 up, 6 down. She struck out the first 5 batters that she's gone up against here as we go to the top of the third inning. The Beulah Miners, the champs out of Region 4. The Thompson Tommies, the runner-up out of Region 2 this season. 4 regions for Class B girls softball. 2 teams from each region advanced. This one swung on and missed. Now it'll be 0-1 to Lopez, Hurst, and Workin. Here the 7, 8, and 9 batters due up for the Tommies, just trying to get a runner on and trying to get Christensen out of a rhythm. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That'll be in there for a strike now, 0-2. Calling balls and strikes is Mark Sandman. 0-2 pitch on the way here to Lopez. This one is going to be a strikeout and punch-out number 6 here for Christensen. State softball across the region. 6 in Region 1, 7 out of Region 2, 11 out of Region 3, and 10 out of Region 4 for a total of 34 teams. This one swung on and missed. Class A has 20 teams, with Horace High School going to be joining the fray as well in terms of the co-op with West Fargo Cheyenne in future years. Hurst is behind the count 0-1, now 0-2. So Christensen, we've seen the rise ball be very effective, and then she comes out and throws a little bit of a change as well. So she's moving the location but also changing speeds. 0-2 pitch. This one is popped up, and this one will go into the crowd and hit an empty seat. It'll keep it at no balls and 2 strikes. So for the Thompson Tommies, a really good bottom of the second, 3 up, 3 down. And right now, if you're Thompson with a pitcher that is in the zone here with Christensen, the 0-2 pitch on the way to Hurst. This will miss for a ball now, 1-2. It's just keeping it at least to this 4-run deficit. You don't want to keep it over that. If it gets to 5 or 6, then all of a sudden you can't have one swing of the bat, so to speak, to try to tie the game. If you keep it at 4, keep it close, and try to pick your way through the rest of this contest here. 1-2 pitch fouled, and this is one of the best at-bats we've seen. This will come with the 8th grader Hurst. Cindy Schwabe was able to get a full count on the leadoff batter and then struck out looking. Since then, we haven't really said too many balls for Christensen. Getting ahead in the count, working ahead in the zone, and the 1-2 pitch up coming again to Hurst. This will be in the dirt low, and again, Kaya just keeps it working here. Fouled a couple off. This will be pitch number 7 of the at-bat upcoming, and now, it will be 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the pitcher, Christensen, saying, hey, this softball feels a little funny. Can we get a new one out here? And they will gladly oblige here in Fargo. We'll get to the box score here in a minute as well between Beulah and Thompson. How many pitches so far for Christensen and compared to Sydney Schwabe. So it'd be 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here, nobody on in the top of the 3rd inning to Hurst. And the pitch. This one is foul, then we'll keep it again. So pitch number 34 upcoming here for Christensen. So far, 2 1/3 innings of work, 6 strikeouts, has not allowed a runner to get on base yet here for the Tommies. Schwabe so far 2 innings of work, 6 hits against, 4 runs, all of them earned, 3 strikeouts and a walk. Here's the 3-2 pitch again on the way. This one in the dirt, so there goes the perfect game as Hurst will get the first runner on here for the Tommies, and now it goes to Maya Workin, the 8th grader right fielder. So Gerke behind the plate. Bieber at third with Seibel at short. McKay at second and Cassidy Christensen again the infield here for the Miners. Hurst at first base will stay put on this one. This is hit in the air. That's to center field. The center fielder coming in. Now they have a chance to double her up. Delgeier's throw to first base gets by Cassidy Christensen. Now going from first to second is going to be Hurst, and Hurst is able to get into scoring position. A line drive out here for Workin, and then Delgeier's throw one-hops Christensen, so that should be an error to allow the runner Hurst to get to second base. So now Thompson will have a chance with their first time today with a runner in scoring position with Sydney Schwabe stepping up. Schwabe hits one on the ground past the shortstop. Hurst will have to stay put as that one was a 2-hopper that was hit in the ground. They get the relay throw. Matt Chandler put up the brakes right away for Hurst to stay put at third. Now you'll have runners at the corners. So there goes the perfect game. There goes the no-hitter as well. There is 2 outs here in the third after the strikeout with Lopez and the line drive out with Workin. So runners at the corners, and the best chance here for Thompson to try to get a run across with Maya Krogstad. Struck out swinging her last time up in the first inning. Maya coming into the state tournament batting .508 with 2 home runs and 27 runs driven in. So if there's someone you want at the plate with 2 outs with runners at the corners, for head coach Matt Chandler, it is your senior here. The Miners in the outfield playing a little bit shallow here with the wind. If Maya can get one up in the zone, this one will miss down low now 2-0. The right fielder Dupont playing well in at third base, and now coming on to chat is going to be Beulah's head coach Kyle Christensen as he will have a conference call with the infield. Rembolt in left, Delgeier in center, and Dupont again in right. So at third base right now is Kaya Hurst. At first base is Sydney Schwabe. And now you're going to have Maya Krogstad 2-0 in the count, having a chance to deliver the goods here for the Tommies in the top of the third inning. Again, Krogstad, this is the batter you want. She leads the team in batting average. She has 2 home runs, and again leads the team in runs driven in with 27, and she has 26 runs scored herself respectively. So 2-0 on the count. Wonder if the talk as well with Kyle Christensen talking to her daughter Taylor in the circle is how much do you really want to allow something pretty good across the plate to an awfully good hitter here with Krogstad. 2-0 pitch. This one is hit on the ground, and that's going to be a run driven in. An opposite field single here as getting in safely. Dupont went to Cassidy Christensen to try to get Krogstad out at first, but coming in to score is Hurst. It's now a 4-1 ball game. So Thompson Tommies get their first run here in the top of the third inning. It's 4-1 with the RBI single from Krogstad. Olivia Dick, second time through the order now against Christensen. Runner at second is Schwabe. At first base is Krogstad. Dick ahead in the count 1-0 here. Struck out to finish the first inning. 1-0 pitch, missing. Now it'll be 2-0. So 7 up and 7 down, and since the 1-out walk with Hurst, the last 3 of the 4 batters have been able to get aboard with 2 singles, a walk here, and Thompson is the tying run to the plate. 2-0 pitch, that'll miss for a ball, now 3-0 to Dick. And after that, it goes to Faith Stump. Faith batting .368 on this season. Olivia Dick right now batting .396. 3-0 pitch. That'll be in there for a strike at the knee, now 3-1. Christensen will look into Gerke behind the plate. 3-1 offering on the way. This one is popped up and in the infield. Christensen calls everybody off, but the wind takes it. Rounding third, coming in to score, and that's going to be Schwabe. So with 2 outs and the runners going, a pop-up, and the wind carried that farther than Taylor Christensen thought. She called everybody off. So coming in to score is going to be Schwabe from second base. Krogstad's at second, and now Olivia Dick is aboard with a RBI single. It's now 4-2. So Christensen will have to take a deep breath, collect, and throws, and that'll be to face stump for a strike. Swung on and missed. So 4-2, Thompson able to at least get half of the deficit back so far in the third. Now they bring the go-ahead run to the plate. This one misses for a ball at 1-1. Croxton at second. Olivia Dick is at first base. As that one was popped up and looked like a routine infield pop-up, but then all of a sudden with the wind and Christensen backpedaling, she just ran out of room and everybody was covering a base, so there was no one to try to back her up in case she missed it. This one is hit high in the air. That's to short left center field, and what a glove by the shortstop. Seibel comes back, able to glove it as Del Geyer and Rambo collide, but look to be all right in left center field as they have a high five with each other. But the Thompson Tommies able to play 2 runs across here in the top of the third inning. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and there was 2 runners left on base. Beulah coming to bat in the bottom of the third here on your live event.
Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsboro, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Bottom of the third inning we go. Thompson Tommies and the Beulah Miners here in a awfully competitive early part of this contest. 7 innings of high school softball. Beulah so far. The Miners, if you're just joining us, 4 runs in the first inning off of 6 hits. They left a runner on. They went 3 up and 3 down in the second. For the Thompson Tommies, 3 up, 3 down in the first and the second. Taylor Christensen had 5 strikeouts to start the contest off for Beulah. And then Kaya Hurst got a 1-out walk, and she was able to score. Schwabe able to score as well. 3 straight singles, and the Thompson Tommies able to get 2 runs back here as we go to the bottom of the third inning as Cindy Schwabe back on here in the circle here, going up against the heart of the Beulah Miners, or Seibel, Bieber, and Backus. As Ava struck out her last time up. We'll work at in the count here, 1-0. This one foul back. Now it'll be 1-1. State softball tournament last season in Jamestown. The Central Cass Squirrels won the championship over the Thompson Tommies. 1-1 pitch, and it was hotter than hot. It felt like summer a year ago during this time. It was in the low to mid-90s for most of the region. 2-1 pitch on the way, and this one is smashed right back up the middle. Hurst has been busy this afternoon in center field. She gets it back in, but it's a leadoff single here for Seibel as she'll be at first base. Hit number 7 against Cindy Schwabe, and now it's going to be Brecken Bieber. The junior third baseman will be due up here for the Miners. This season for Beulah, some of the players that they have relied on so far this year in batting average. Seibel, who's at first, batting .406. Del Geyer batting .465. And Christensen, that's Taylor, batting .522. It's the top of our lineup, too, so they're getting those girls a lot of reps here as Brecken takes a ball. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That'll miss for a ball as well. Now 2-0. So Schwabe this season, coming into today's game, 61 2/3 innings pitched. This one is hit in the air past Schwabe to the second baseman. Will glove and get the outs at second base as Croxton comes on and takes Seibel up the line. And reaching base will be Bieber on a fielder's choice, and there will be 1 out now in the third inning. Tough play there as that went by Schwabe, just a little line drive, and once it hit Krogstad, Seibel was really hung out to dry. This one will be fouled back to the net now. 0-1. Good job by Bieber hustling to try to avoid the double play. So as we mentioned earlier, with Thompson, yeah, you give up 4 runs in the first, but you have a lot of time to try to come back in this contest. 0-1 pitch on the way. Off speed in there for a strike. Now 0-2 with Bieber at first base. Is that, hey, if you can at least find a way to get to Christensen a little bit, you might be able to come back in this contest. The quick whip throw back to first, not in time, as striking out was Backus. Bieber took a good secondary lead, and that'll be the second out here of the third inning. Fourth punch out here for Schwabe, as Schwabe is now trying to get in a little bit of a zone herself in the circle. This will miss for a ball, 1-0. Since DuPont singled in the first, the next 7 batters have came up and went down outside of Seibel's single, and this one's going to get past the Lopez at third into left field. Stump is there to quickly bring it back in. So now a second base knock of the inning. And now you're going to have Bieber at second base, Rimbolt at first. As Lizzie DuPont will be at first base with a single in the first. And that was an RBI single as well to make it 4-0 at the time. Good job smothering that one behind the plate by Olivia Dick. That'll be 1-0. The Beulah Miners will be sending their 5th batter to the plate here in the bottom of the third inning. 1-0 pitch. This one is hit in the air past the second baseman. Warkin comes in, makes the throw. This one is going to go to Dick. It comes off of her glove, and coming in to score is the Miners and Bieber. So Bieber comes in to score. Rembo goes from first to third, and DuPont now is on with an RBI single, and she will collect second base. It's now 5-2 Beulah. That was a beauty of a throw by Workin there, as when she came in and slid for Bieber, Olivia Dick was trying to apply the tag, but as she came and trying to apply the tag, the softball went out of her glove, and coming in safely again was Bieber. If Olivia Dick is able to hang on to that softball the entire way through with the tag, that would have been a bang-bang play at home plate. A really good throw by Work and a little bit up the third base line, but overall you couldn't really ask for much more on that one. So Beulah will be bringing in and Callie Steffen. So Steffen will be coming on for a pinch hit here for the Beulah Miners. Beulah gets at least a run back right now as they lead it by 3 after the DuPont RBI. So she's got 2 so far here this afternoon for the Miners. 1 ball, no strikes here to Steffen. Steffen, the sophomore here, hits one up to the second baseman. Krogstad flips it over to Hagen. That'll retire the side. 3 complete here. It's the Beulah Miners 5, the Thompson Tommies 2, with Thompson coming to the plate on your live event.
Successful teams need a place to practice when the weather doesn't cooperate or the teams just need an extra swing. The Mayport Youth Center provides that option for the Mayport CG School District summer baseball and softball teams. The Mayport Youth Center is an indoor facility that includes batting cages and field turf. In the winter, the facility is home to the Mayport Ice Dog hockey team. Good luck to the Mayport CG Patriots from the Mayport Youth Center.
Final from Newman Outdoor Field, Delax Burlington beats Central Cass by a final of 2-0. So the Squirrels fall back-to-back years in the state quarterfinals. Central Cass will play North Star tomorrow morning at 10, while Delax Burlington will play Thompson at 3:30. So again, your final 2-0, Delax Burlington over Central Cass at Newman Outdoor Field. So the state B softball and baseball tournaments here in Fargo. State baseball, we know 2 of the 4 teams that are heading to the semifinals. Later today at 3:30, it's Lemoore Litchfield Marion against Surrey. And then at 6:15, it's Langdon Area Edmore Munich against the Beulah Miners. That'll be also at Newman Outdoor Field. So 5-2 right now. As you're going to have Summer Haig, Drew Schwab, and Lopez here, the 5, 6, and 7 batters due up here for the Thompson Tommies as they trail it by 3 right now going to the top of the 4th inning. Christensen on for her 4th inning of work. This one will be foul, now 0-1. Contest which started at a 1:17, about 40 minutes old right now. Taylor Christensen, the junior, also her sister Cassidy is an 8th grader at first base for the Miners. This one is hit in the air. That's to right center field, and that's going to split the gap. How far will Summer go? She's got a double, and she will hold up there with a stand-up double here for the Tommies. Good inside-out swing by Summer Haig, and that's the first double of the afternoon against Christensen. That'll be the fourth hit for Thompson as well, and second time through the lineup has fared a lot better than the first time through the lineup against Taylor Christensen. First time were 6 strikeouts and just 1 walk. Second time so far, 3 singles and a double. This one has popped up, and the wind might play a little bit on in this one, and it did. Gerke went up the first baseline, but it kind of swerved like a bowling ball going from the side of the where it might be in the gutter, but then all of a sudden it has that curve and comes back and hits the first pin. Very similar there with that type of a break. So Drew Schwab now behind the count 0-1 for the sophomore. This one hit on the ground. That's the third baseman. Bieber goes across the diamond. The runner does advance 60 feet. Haig to third. So you'll get the out, but you'll give up the run to get a little bit closer here. 5-3 on the putout. Good job by Bieber, just not wasting any time. You're up by 3. Let's get out across here and get one step closer for the Miners to get out of this fourth inning. Lopez will step in now. Lopez hits one in the air, and that one will be up the third baseline foul. Lopez struck out swinging her last time up in the third. It's the Miners 5-2 right now over the Thompson Tommies. State softball here in Fargo, 68 degrees. A gorgeous day, just a little windy, but other than that, not too bad. 0-1 on the way here to Lopez. This one swung on and missed. Good changeup there by Christensen, now 0-2. So tomorrow for baseball, again, we'll have coverage of Central Cass and North Star at 10 o'clock in the morning. Then Thompson and DeLax Burlington, that'll be at 3:30. We'll have both of those games for you on your live event. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Check swing, did she go? Yes, she did. Lopez strikes out for out number 2 here of the fourth. Now Hurst will be coming up, and Kaya was able to break up the complete game, or the perfect game at least, through 2 1/3 innings with a walk. She battled and battled and battled, had a 10-pitch at bat, and Hurst was able to get aboard with the walk. This one swung on and missed, and going to the off speed here is Christensen again. It's now 0-1. Beulah will be setting up their 9-1-2 batters in the bottom of the fourth inning. Here's the pitch. This one is hit on the ground up the third baseline foul, and Bieber runs into Summer Haig and looks to be all right. She just kind of came across the diamond and got a little bit of the elbow there from Haig unintentionally. So Hurst will have to battle again down the count, 0-2 on the pitch. Swung on and missed, and Christensen gets strikeout number 7. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. A leadoff double goes awry here for the Tommies as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. It's a state softball tournament on your live event.
Maple River Grain and Agronomy wishes the best of luck to the players in today's game. Maple River Grain and Agronomy is proudly serving producers, accessing markets, and building relationships in eastern North Dakota and western Minnesota. They offer a variety of grain marketing and agronomy solutions. See the latest updates by following MRGA on social media. They're active on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Check out the website at mrga.com to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy and how they can serve you and your operation.
Bottom of the fourth inning, we go for the Beulah Miners. Cassidy Christensen, Taylor Christensen, and Addie Delguy are here. 9-1-2 batters are due up on your live event. Make sure you patronize all of our sponsors for allowing us to be here. Chase Miller with you in Fargo here for game number 2 of 4. Still to come, the top seed Central Cass Squirrels go up against DeLax Burlington, Lewis and Clark. That game will be at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Then at 6 o'clock, it's Mayport CG and Renville County in the 4-5 matchup for you as well. So that's what's coming up here from the state softball tournament. So Cassidy Christensen struck out her first time up in the second. Then it goes back to Taylor Christensen and Addie Delguy are here. Sydney Schwabe on for her fourth inning of work. This one is hit in the air, and that one's going to be drifting back, and Schwabe can't get to that. So we've seen it a lot, particularly in this game. A ball that looks like it's going to foul, but all of a sudden with the wind blowing it back really quickly, you almost have to play more where you think the ball is going to go than where you think the wind. You almost have to play where the wind is going to take it than where you think the ball is going to go on this one. So Cassidy Christensen will get aboard. Now it's to Taylor Christensen here. This will be 1 ball and 1 strike. Wind blowing out to straightaway left field and left center field. Here's the 1-1 offering. This one will be in the turf, now 2-1. The center fielder, Hurst, is playing in left center nearly at the track. And then you have Stump nearly at the track in left field. 2-1 pitch. That'll be a ball at 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike here to Taylor Christensen and the offering. 3-1 in there for a strike. Good location now, 3-2. So Schwabe with the 3-2 pitch. This one is hit up the third base line, and we'll keep it for a foul ball at 3-2. So right now for the Beulah Miners. And the 3-2 pitch. This one is hit in the air, a line drive, and the left fielder. It's going to go over ahead with Stump. Cassidy Christensen on her way to third base. It's going to be a double here for Taylor Christensen, her second extra base hit of the afternoon. So runners will be at second and third. And now it goes to Addie Delgeiger. That one was a missile off the bat from Christensen, and Stump had to kind of wait for a second because it was a low line drive, but the wind just kept carrying it a little bit more, and all of a sudden she looked up at the wall and she's like, hey, Stump, I'm at the wall here, and the ball just came right over her glove, and nearly another home run for Taylor Christensen, but it'll go down in the scorebook as a double. So Addie Delgeiger is 1 for 2 today with a RBI double in the first. Gets ahead in the count 1-0 here, and the Beulah Miners a chance to open this game up now in the fourth. This one is hit, and that'll be foul now, 1-1. Thompson, 2 runs, 4 hits so far, no errors, and they've left 3 runners on for the Beulah Miners right now. 5 runs off of 11 hits, and they have left 3 runners on so far and no errors for the Miners. Beulah scoring in the first with 4 runs, 1 in the third. Thompson scoreless in every inning except the second where they played it 2 across. Here's the pitch. This one's popped up, and that's going to be a tough play for the left fielder, Stump. She does come in, loses her hat. Tagging is going to be Thorson, and she'll be able to get to home. And then the other, Christensen, she'll come in, and that'll be Cassidy Christensen will come in. And then Taylor Christensen goes to second to third. So a sacrifice fly here for Delgeiger. And now the Thompson Tommies are trailing it now 6-2. So Delgeiger gets her second RBI here of the afternoon, as Ava Seibel will fall behind the count. 0-1, struck out in the first inning. This one will miss. Now be 1-1. Seibel delivered a single to open things up in the third for the Beulah Miners. 1 out now, with a 6-2 score here for the Beulah Miners. It'll be 2 balls and 1 strike here to Seibel. Now it'll be 3-1. And then you have Bieber due up next for the Beulah Miners. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here, and the pitch. This one is hit right back to the pitcher. That'll be off Schwabe's glove. She stays with it, throws, and staying put at third base was Taylor Christensen. And her dad, Kyle Christensen, kind of looking at her going, hey, why don't you scamper down the line? Because once Schwabe put her back to you, you should have came in to get the 7th run of the game. Instead, Thompson goes 1-3 on the put out there after a line drive hit to Schwabe, who batted it down, kept it close to a circle, throws to Haig at first to get out number 2 here of the 4th inning. Now it goes to Brecken Bieber here, reaching a fielder's choice with a run scored in the third and had a single with the run scored in the first inning. 1-0 pitch in there for a strike, now 1-1. So if Schwabe can keep Christensen at third base, 1-1 pitch. This one's going to be popped up, and this one will be off the top of the netting for 1-2. Mark that one as well, that Beulah had a chance to maybe get another run across, but instead it's a 4-run deficit, matches the largest of the game so far for Thompson. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here to Bieber, with Taylor Christensen at third base. And the pitch swung on and missed, and Schwabe gets her 5th strikeout, so that'll retire their side. But the Beulah Miners able to get another run across as they lead it by 4 with the Thompson Tommies coming to the plate in the 5th inning.
Choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Top of the fifth inning we go here. Let's take a look at our mid-game report on your live event. Chase Miller with you from North Dakota State University's softball diamond here at Thoroldson Park, home of NDSU softball. Let's take a look so far here for the Beulah Miners. Eddie Geiger, 1 of 2 with 2 runs driven in. Also, Lizzie DuPong is 2 of 2 with 2 RBIs here for Beulah. For the Thompson Tommies, Maya Krogstad, 1 of 2 with a run driven in. Olivia Dick, 1 of 2 with a run driven in as well. Cindy Schwabe has gone 4 innings of work on 72 pitches, 11 hits and 6 runs across, all of them earned with 5 strikeouts. Taylor Christensen, 4 innings of work, 58 pitches, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 8 strikeouts and 1 walk. Beulah Miners 6, Thompson Tommies 2. Here on your live event. Winner plays Kindred Richland in the state semifinals. That's upcoming tomorrow at 4. Loser will play at 11 o'clock in the morning in the consolation semifinals against Velva, Drake, and Moose. So it's Morgan, Schwabe, and Krogstad here, the 9-1 and 2 batters for the Thompson Tommies. This one swung on and missed, now 0-2. 0-2 pitch upcoming here for Christensen. Swung on and missed, and that'll be another punch out. She had 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth, and now 1 here in the 5th inning. 9 strikeouts so far for Christensen in the circle. Top of the lineup now for the Thompson Tommies with Schwabe. Schwabe got the first hit against Christensen in the 3rd inning, came in and scored as well. She'll work ahead in the count now, 1-0. 5th inning of the state softball tournament between Thompson and the Beulah Miners, and the 1-0 pitch. This one is hit in the air right to the first baseman, Cassidy Christensen, and that'll be 2 down now in the 5th inning. So pop out to the first baseman. Now it's up to Krogstad here to try to get going a 2-out rally. Krogstad, a single in the 3rd, struck out in the 1st inning here. All these matchups on day number 1, East versus West. Just a matter of, is it Region 1 versus Region 3 or Region 4? Same as this one is fouled back to the press box here and comes back into play. Looks like everyone is all right. Be 0-1. Same for the East region. Seeing if you're going to have to play Region 1 or Region 2. Top 5 seeds get the seeded 1 through 5, and then it's random draw for everyone else. This is going to be into center field. Del Geyer is there. A line drive single here from Krogstad. Back-to-back singles for Maya, and now the Thompson Tommies trying to get a 2-out rally going. 5th hit against Christensen in the circle, and now it's Olivia Dick. Dick with a single in the 3rd inning with a strikeout in the 1st. Dick with an RBI as well back in that 3rd inning. So right now you have Krogstad at first base with Christensen coming up. Olivia Dick here for the Thompson Tommies with 13 runs driven in. Now make that 14 runs driven in this season. And this is the heart of the order here for Thompson. We'll try to keep the baton moving. This one's going to be in there for a strike now, 0-1. Christensen, one thing she's done really well today consistently is get strike number 1 and get ahead of batters here. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Now 0-2. That one out of the zone, but going with it was Olivia Dick. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here as Taylor Christensen will look to her dugout, find the sign. 0-2 pitch on the way, looking for punch out number 10. And she gets it to retire the side. And that'll finish the top half of the 5th inning here for the Thompson Tommies. And 10 strikeout here for Christensen. So no runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's the Thompson Tommies down by 4. Beulah coming to the plate.
With Ivory Insurance, we are proud to announce our Benefits Connect platform. You will have more options with Ivory Insurance Benefits Connect. You have choices. Do you know who your group agent is? Do you meet annually to review benefits? Would you like to save money? Would you like more benefits? You have choices. We take a different approach to providing benefits through education, communication, and a personal touch. To find out more about IRE Insurance, go to ireinsurance.com.
Bottom of the fifth inning we go. Still to come, we'll get to our RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game. RDK Enterprises with locations in Drayton and Hillsboro as well. For more information, call 701-636-2119. Would also like to thank our pregame show sponsor of IRE Insurance for providing our pregame show coverage throughout the season. For more information, go online to ireins.com. That's ireins.com for all of your insurance requests. So 6-2 Beulah over the Thompson Tommies as we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Right now, Thompson has to try to get a goose egg, and then they're down to their last 6 outs to try to get 4 runs across. For Beulah, 4 runs in the first, 1 in the third, and 1 in the fourth inning. They would like to tack on another run or two to at least get ahead by 5 or 6 runs, where one swing doesn't come back and tie the game if the Tommies were able to get the bases loaded, as an example. 5, 6, and 7 batters, Avery Backus, Jada Rembolt, and Lizzie DuPont due up here for the Beulah Miners against Schwabe on for her 4th. Make that 5th inning of work. This one will miss for a ball, now 1-0. Earlier today, the Kindred Richland Vikings moved on by a final of 17-7 over Velva Drake Animus in 5 innings. Schwabe falls behind the count 2-0. This one is hit in the air, and that's to left field. Stump is there in. She's able to cut that one off for the out. Stump has been very busy here today in left field, playing it awfully well as well for Faith. Now it's Jada Rembolt. Jada with a base knock in the first inning, able to get a RBI and a run scored, and then had a single as well in the third inning for the Beulah Miners. This one will be in there for a strike now, 0-1. So right now it's the 2C Kindred Richland. The 3C Beulah Miners would like to keep the chalk going here. Be 1 ball and 1 strike here to Rembolt. As Jada looks back and Schwabe looks in. 1-1 pitch, that'll miss for a ball, now 2-1. Contest that's getting nearly an hour old. That started at 1:17 officially. 2-1 pitch is in on the ground to the shortstop. Schwab is there. Nice glove across the diamond to Haig. 6-3 on the putout. We've seen the turf, at least in game number 1 with Kindred Richland and Velva Drake Animus, come up and kind of catch some of these infielders off a little bit, where they maybe were expecting a hop to be a little bit farther or softer than what it was, but good job by Schwab, able to go in the hole there and get the out. 2 down now in the 5th inning. This one in there for a strike to Lizzie DuPont. Pair of singles in the first and the third inning. DuPont has a pair of runs driven in as well. 0-1 pitch on the way. This one will be missing low for a ball. DuPont an RBI in the first inning, which made it 4-0, and she got an RBI single in the third to make it 5-2. 1-1 pitch. That'll miss. Now 2-1. State softball coverage here on your live event. 2 more games today, and then we'll see how many games we have tomorrow with the outcome of day number 1. 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Now 2-2. So Sydney Schwabe 1 good strike away from trying to have a 3-up, 3-down inning here in the bottom of the 5th. And the pitch swung on, and this is going to be tapped to Schwabe. Schwabe comes on, flips over to first, 1-3 on the putout, and we will have a 3-up, 3-down inning. 5 complete here in Fargo. It's 6-2. Beulah up over the Thompson Tommies. The Tommies trying to mount a comeback when we return on your live event.
Doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country. Experts in every field.
The Mayport.
As we come back here, bottom, make that the top of the 6th inning. It's the Beulah Miners 6, the Thompson Tommies 2. Let's take a look at your out-of-town scoreboard. State baseball, Fargo Shanley over Bismarck Century. So the 4 seed from the east, and Shanley gets by the 1 seed from the west. Shanley will play at 4:30 tomorrow afternoon from Jack Brown Stadium. Bismarck Century will play at 11:30 in the morning. Wahpeton and Dickinson is coming up next from Jack Brown Stadium. Girls State Soccer Tournament, Minot High 4, West Fargo scoreless. We'll continue to give you some updated scores from across the region. Class A State Softball Tournament. Bismarck Legacy with a 7-6 win over West Fargo Cheyenne. So Legacy, the 4 seed from the West, advances in state softball. 1 ball, no strikes here to face Stump. Stump smokes one, but up the third baseline foul. Stump so far is 0 for 2 here today. We'll work with a 1-1 count with Taylor Christensen on the mound for her 6th inning of work. 1 ball, 1 strike here, and the pitch. This one will hit the plate. Will now be 2-1. Good-looking crowd here on tap up the third and first base lines. The rails are full. We've had some of the teams. Velvet Drake Animus was in attendance, trying to wait to see who they were going to play tomorrow in the consolation semis. 2-1 pitch. That'll miss. That'll be 3-1. The Thompson Tommy baseball team is here after taking care of business to get to the semis, trying to root on their counterparts on the softball team. This one is hit up the first baseline foul. Now it'll be 3-2. So Stump, Haig, and Schwab, the 4, 5, and 6 batters here for the Tommies to start this 6th inning for Thompson. Christensen trying to get the complete game in the circle here for the Miners. 6 outs away from doing it. This one is going to be hit on the ground, and that's going to be off the shortstop's glove, Seibel. Maybe that's just what the doctor ordered needed for the Thompson Tommies. We'll see if they give that a hit or an error again on Seibel. Seibel came in and charged that ball, and on the third hop, it hit the heel of her glove, came off, and now coming up to the plate here will be Summer Haig. So they'll make that an error on the shortstop as Summer Haig will step up. Haig will see this one missing up in the zone, now 1-0. Haig, 1 of 2 so far today. A leadoff double in the 4th and was stranded at third base for Thompson. Hit that one to right center field. 1-0 pitch. This one is popped up, and the second baseman here in McKay able to call everybody off for the out. Drew Schwab is now due up next with 0 for 2 with a ground out to Bieber at third, her last time up in 4th. Rembolt in left, Delgeier in center with Dupont in right field here for the Miners. The battering ram of Taylor Christensen and Gerke here for Beulah, and the pitch. That one will miss for a ball, now 1-0. 3 of the top 4 scenes hailing from the first 2 from the eastern side of the state. Central Cass, the 1 seed, the 2 seed in Kindred Richland, and the 4 seed in Mayport CG. Beulah, the 3 seed, trying to advance here. 2-0 on the way with Schwab, and that'll be 3-0. So Drew, 1 ball away from getting runners at first and second. Again, Thompson down by 4 here on the top of the 6th inning. 3-0 pitch taking all the way was Schwab. Now it's going to be 3-1. And Thompson just needs to do, whether it's this inning or the next, is, yeah, you're down by 4. Just find a way to bring the game tying run somehow to the plate. 3-1 pitch in there for a strike, now 3-2. So Schwab forcing Christensen to try to split the zone. She does. We'll see if the runner tries to take off early with faced up as the wind is really howling now out to left center field. 3-2 pitch hit on the ground right up the middle, and that's past the shortstop, Seibel. Rounding second, now trying to come to third base and sliding in safely is going to be Faye Stump. So Faye Stump goes from first to third. Schwab will follow her as she gets to first base with a single and gets to second. Runners will be in scoring position. Well, rounding second base was Stump, and she was a good 10 feet off a second because she saw Delgeier bobble it just for a moment in center field. She paused and then said, well, I'm already this far off. I got to go. So she did. Delgeier threw a one-hopper to Bieber, and Bieber applied the tag, but the head-first slide by Faye Stump came in, and she's safe. And here's the Thompson Tommies now with runners in scoring position with Lopez coming up next here for Thompson. So Lopez will come up here for Thompson. And right now for the Tommies, you still have outs to play with, which is 5, but you need them to be quality outs. So, for example, if Lopez can hit one to the second baseman, for example, on a ground, the runner from third and Stump would come in to score. But if you're going to have any kind of out as this one, is hit up the first baseline foul, now 0-1. Kristen so far today 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Again, if you have outs for Thompson, they just need to find a way to be productive outs here, especially with runners at second and third base here. Middle of the order, providing some pop now for the Tommies. 0-1 pitch. This one's going to get by the catcher. Coming in is Stump. She's going to slide in safely. It's now 6-3. So it'll be a wild pitch. Be 1-1 on the way here to Lopez. So top of the 6th inning, 6-3 now here as Lopez will see the 1-1 pitch upcoming. That one in there for a strike. Now 1-2. So Lopez sees the wild pitch. Now she just needs to put one in play here and see if she can get the runner in Schwab to come in from third. 1-2 pitch on the way from Christensen. That'll miss. Now 2-2. The junior third baseman Lopez getting in a little bit of a crouch position there, trying to make the strike zone awfully tight for Christensen, who's already recorded 10 strikeouts on the afternoon. 2-2 pitch on the way. This one's going to be strike 3. It gets by the catcher's glove. Coming in to score is going to be Schwab, and reaching base safely is Lopez at first. So it will be a strikeout, but it went off of Gerke's glove, and that allowed the runner from third to come in with Drew Schwab, and now there's a runner at first base in Lopez, and the game-tying run comes up to the plate in the name of Kaya Hurst. So the pass ball will have Thompson trailing it by 2. This one will be a ball, now 1-0. Hurst so far today, a walk in the third inning. She was the first batter to get aboard against Christensen. The 1-0 pitch on the way upcoming. That'll be in there for a strike, now 1-1. Runner at first base again is Lopez. Thompson was trailing it by 4 going to the third. Then they scored 2 runs to make it a 2-run deficit, 4-2. Beulah scored the next 2 runs, and now we're back to a similar 2-run deficit here for the Tommies in the 6th. This one foul tipped. They'll make it 1-2 strikes. Maya Warkins due up next with what this has done for Thompson as well. Even if they aren't able to score any more runs and the next 2 batters get out here for the Tommies, it would bring the top of the lineup up at least in the top of the 7th inning. Beulah in the bottom of the 6th inning will send Gerke, Cassidy Christensen, and Taylor Christensen, the 8, 9, and 1 batters due up for the Miners in the bottom of the 6th. But right now, Thompson trailing it by 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here. Runner at first in Lopez, and the pitch. This one will make it 2-2. Gerke's had her work cut out for her now in this 6th inning with a wild pitch, a pass ball to allow 2 runs to come in. And right now, the runner at first after striking out was Lopez, but goes off the glove of Gerke. 2-2 pitch here for Christensen. Swung on and miss, and gets the second out here of the 6th inning. So back-to-back punch-outs now for Christensen. And now it goes to work in a line drive out to Del Geyer in the 3rd inning. And struck out her last time up in the 5th. Number 9 batter here in the Thompson lineup, the 8th grader right fielder. She'll take a strike now, 0-1. Batter number 6 here for the Thompson Tommies in the top of the 6th inning. Thompson 2 runs in the 3rd, 2 runs in the 6th so far. 6 hits across against Christensen. And the pitch. This one going to be missing low for a ball, 1-1. Lopez has stayed put at first base so far. We'll see if Matt Chandler potentially tries to get anybody a little bit of a head start here. Lopez with 6 stolen bases this year. This one's hit on the ground. Seibel will have to go the long way across the diamond just in time with Cassidy Christensen to retire the side. Good play by Seibel deep in the hole at short to retire the side. But the Thompson Tommies scored 2 runs here in the 6th inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 6-4 Beulah with the Miners coming to the plate.
Club Club is here to support, promote, and encourage all Patriot sports and academic activities. The Mayport CG Booster Club members strive each year to make events within Mayport CG schools a very rewarding experience for the students, athletes, and spectators alike. For more information, like the Mayport CG Booster Club on Facebook. Best of luck to all the teams in the state softball tournament, and good luck to the Region 2 champ, Mayport CG Patriots, from the Mayport CG Booster Club.
Bottom of the sixth inning, the Beulah Miners will be setting up Gerke, Christensen, and Christensen. Gerke was pinch hit for with Steffen in the third inning. Cassidy Christensen, then Taylor Christensen. So we'll see who's all coming up again. It is going to be Gerke 0 for 1 today with a strikeout to finish the first inning. Take a look at some of the numbers so far here on our box score right now. Thompson, Krogstad 2 of 3 with a run scored, a strikeout. The Beulah Miners led by Addie Geiger, 1 of 2 with a 2 RBI, and Lizzie DuPong 2 of 3 with 2 runs driven in so far. Here comes Gerke to the plate. She'll take a strike now, 0-1. Cindy Schwabe, 85 pitches so far, 11 hits, 6 runs against, 5 strikeouts, 0 walks. Christensen, 6 innings of work and 95 pitches. This one is hit to right center field, and that one's going to die in front of the center fielder, Hurst, and will go over Hurst. Rounding first is Gerke on her way to second. Now she's going to try to make it a triple. Here's the relay throw. It's not going to be in time as Gerke's in there with a triple. So Beulah, right out of the gates here, able to get a leadoff base knock into right center field, and the Miners now up by 2, trying to add on here in the bottom of the sixth. So Christensen so far pitching 6 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, 12 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Good job behind the plate by Olivia Dick to smother that particular play. So Gerke now at third base. Cassidy Christensen with a single and a strikeout with a run scored so far today. Hits one up the first baseline. There is Haig, who has to fight the win for out number 1 at the bottom of the sixth. Good job by Haig because her body was taking her into foul territory. Then she just kind of had to go the other way really quickly, put her left foot in the ground, and able to take a couple steps over to her right-hand side to get the out. And the pitch. This one is hit on the ground. That's going to be foul up the third baseline as Lopez kind of ran into Gerke a little bit at third. So 0-1 here to Taylor Christensen. For the Beulah Miners, if there's a particular player you want up in this situation, it's your junior pitcher. 2 doubles today with a run scored as well. And she has hit 2 on the screws. This one, it's going to be a one-hopper. Is getting out of the way was Christensen playing a little jump rope. It'll be 1-1. Beulah trying to tack on a run. Thompson trying to get out of a little bit of a pickle here in the bottom of the sixth. 1-1 pitch. That'll miss. Now 2-1. The infield playing in for Thompson, so they'll try to get the runner Gerke out at home if it does come to that degree. 2-1 pitch is laced down the third baseline past Lopez. Christensen rounds first on her way to second. It's an RBI double and the third extra base hit for Taylor. It's now 7-4 Beulah. That might have been the hardest hit so far today, as Taylor Christensen has her third double here this afternoon. So the RBI double, it's now 7-4, and Christensen hit that one on a rope. Almost took out both the runner in Gerke and Lopez. This one is going to miss in the dirt as Del Geyer will work ahead in the count. Addie with a double and an RBI in the first. Flew out in the second. Sacrifice fly in the fourth. So the 8th grade center fielder, productive day at the plate, and she's going to add on to it right now. Taylor Christensen's going to round third. She's coming in. Going to second base is Del Geyer, and it's back-to-back doubles here for the Beulah Miners as they lead it 8-4. Coming in to score is Christensen from second base. Del Geyer in there, and just like they did in the first inning with a pair of doubles to start this contest off for Beulah, they've done it again here in the sixth, and they got those 2 runs back they gave up earlier in the top of the sixth inning. Matt Chandler will come out here and talk it over quickly with his infield, as Beulah right now has a chance, as we've said it once or twice before, to really break the game open. The dam so far has been 4 runs. It's been either a 4-run or a 2-run lead for the majority of this game for the Beulah Miners. They've led it wire to wire so far here in the state quarterfinals. So runner at second base is Dale Geyer. And Sydney Schwabe again in the circle. We'll see if she continues or if we have a new pitching change here for the Thompson Tommies. So Thompson, 2 runs in the 6th inning, but Beulah comes back with 2 runs right now as well. And they're adding on as Seibel will step in, the number 3 batter here for the Miners. Seibel 1 of 3 with a single in the 3rd, struck out in the 1st inning. Thompson again will be sending the top of the order in the 7th. This one will be a ball, now 1-0. The question now just becomes how far will they be trailing? Currently down by 4, and right now just adding to it right now. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This one is hit in the air. That's the straightaway center field. Hurst is there, and that'll be off her glove. Dale Geyer had to go all the way back to second. They're going to wave her in. Here's Schwab. The relay throw into Dick. Not in time. Dick goes to third. They're going to get the runner out there. So it will be 9-4 with 2 outs now here in the 6th inning. Coming in to score is Dale Geyer. And then Seibel is going to be recorded out after getting the base knock. And she'll be out at third, and they'll make it a 9-4 ball game. So heads up play there by Dick to stay with it, knowing that the run was going to come in, but able to go to third base to Lopez. Lopez backhands that one, fair territory, goes across the diamond, but off the glove of Haig. And now the Beulah Miners will have a 2-out base runner. Batter number 7 coming to the plate here for Beulah with Avery Backus. 9-4 right now, Beulah. 4 runs in the 1st, 3 runs so far in the 6th. And Matt Chandler coming out here, maybe just double checking if that was a fair ball or not. Good backhanded play by Lopez regardless. Runner at first base here is Bieber, and the pitch. This one will miss for a ball, now 1-0. Beulah Miners see a check swing. That'll be 1-1. Backus with a run scored in the 1st inning with a single. 1 of 3 so far today. And the pitch, foul back, and it'll be 1-2. So Thompson down by their largest deficit at 5, and Beulah, they've been able to answer. Thompson scored 2 in the 3rd. Beulah scored 1 in their bottom half. This one is popped up. Haig will see it and glove it to retire the side here for the Beulah Miners. But 3 runs come across, and Thompson is down to their final 3 outs. We go to the top of the 7th inning. It's Beulah up by 5 on your live event.
Loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
I'll have a new pitcher into the game now for the Beulah Miners. After Beulah gets 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, 1 runner left on base in the 6th inning. New pitcher into the ball game here for Beulah, and that'll be Addie Dale Geyer. We'll see the defensive substitutions here as the Beulah Miners. In first will be Dupong now. She will go from right field to center field. And we'll see who the center fielder, right fielder is for Beulah. That's going to be Bieber now at right field. In left field here for Beulah continues to be Rembolt. At first base will be Christensen, and that's going to be Cassidy. At first base here, at second base will continue to be McKay for Beulah as Cindy Schwabe steps in. That one in there for a strike, now 0-1 behind the plate. Continues to be Gerke. Third base here for the Miners. That looks to be, here's the 1-0 pitch on the way. That'll miss. Seibel will be at third base. And we'll see who's at shortstop here after the 1-ball, 1-strike on the way to Sydney Schwabe. Swung on and missed, now 1-2. And Beulah will have Taylor Christensen now at shortstop. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here. You have Seibel at third base, Christensen at short, McKay at second with Cassidy Christensen at first. 1-2 pitch. This one is foul back. Bieber in right field, Dupong in center, and Rembolt in left field. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Sydney Schwabe. So far today is 1 of 3 with a run scored in the 3rd inning with that single. We'll get to the final line here for Taylor Christensen in a second. Off-speed pitch, got her looking for out number 1. So Dale Geyer gets the first out. For Beulah, Christensen, 95 pitches through 6 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, 12 strikeouts to just 1 walk here for Christensen. The Thompson Tommies down to their final 2 outs here in this quarterfinal round matchup. Krogstad will see that one off speed in there for a strike. Now 0-1. Krogstad, pair of singles, both in the 3rd and 5th inning, struck out in the 1st. 0-1 pitch on the way. This one will miss. Now it'll be 1-1. So a really good day for Taylor Christensen. As Christensen just was in the zone early, and it looked like Thompson was not going to be able to get much against her. Then the 3rd inning came, and that's where Thompson scored a couple of runs. But the first 7 batters were all out, and 6 of the first 7 were out via the strikeout. So 9-4 right now, Beulah. Thompson trying to get a little rally here in the top of the 7th, and the pitch. This one is hit straight up the middle to center field. This one will get through the center fielder, Dupong, as well. Rounding first is going to be Krogstad. She's on her way to second. She's digging for 3, and getting in there is going to be Maya Krogstad. It'll be a single with the air as she will get to third base. So really good hitting there by Krogstad. That was smoked right back up the middle. Then Dupong was trying to play the second hop, and as she did, it went right through her legs. And Thompson will have Olivia Dick coming up to the plate. So an error on Beulah. That'll be their 3rd of the contest. This one will be out of the zone, now 1-0. Olivia Dick with a single and a pair of strikeouts so far today. RBI single, which made it 4-2 at the time. Beulah back in the top of the 3rd. 1-0 pitch on the way for Dale Geyer. This one to the backstop, and having to stay put at third base was Krogstad. That one literally hit about a half foot off the backstop here and kind of hit more of the netting and went right back, and Gerke did a nice job seeing that one. 2 balls, no strikes here to the number 3 batter, and that'll be a strike, now 2-1. Still to come on our post-game show, a quick wrap of the final numbers, our RDK Enterprises precision play of the game, and get you ready for the late afternoon, early evening portion of the state softball tournament. 2-1 pitch comes in and almost hit the batter in Olivia Dick. It'll be now 3-1. Right now, all that Thompson needs to do is find ways to get runners on with your final 2 outs. Doesn't matter if it's a hit by pitch, a walk, single, they'll take anything. 3-1, it'll be a walk. So a 5-pitch walk. Runners will be at the corners here, and Thompson keeps the line moving with face stump, as coming on will be Kyle Christensen. Central Cass Squirrels, and alongside with them, Delax, Burlington, Lewis, and Clark making their way onto the softball diamond here next. That game at 4 o'clock. As they're starting to get into some of the batting cages here. So runners at the corners now for Thompson with face stump. Stump is 0 for 3 today with a run scored in the 6th after she reached base on an error. Stump coming into this tournament on the season batting .368 with a home run and 18 runs driven in. She would love to put one into the jet stream in left center field and try to see if she can make some runners go around the base pass here for the Thompson Tommies. Dale Geyer looks in, and the pitch. Swung on, breaking ball. It'll be 0-1. Off-speed pitch there to face stump. Now 0-1. As Eddie Delgeiger looks back into Gerke here. And the 0-1 pitch upcoming. This one will be blocked. The runner from first base goes to second in Olivia Dick. So Thompson now with runners in scoring position with the 1-1 count upcoming. We saw Thompson take advantage of a wild pitch and a pass ball in this 6th inning where they scored both of their runs. 1-1 pitch is hit in the air. This one is going to be to right field. Bieber won't find it, and that'll drop in for a single, and everybody moves up 60 feet. It's now 9-5 Beulah after the RBI single by Faye Stump. Krogstad comes in to score from third, Olivia Dick now at third, and I think we're going to get Christensen to come back here, and we are. Christensen is going to be coming back on now for the Beulah Miners. And then we'll see where the defensive placements are going to go here as Christensen will come back, and now at shortstop will be Delgeier. We'll take a quick break. We're back after this to Tommy's Not Going Away here on your live event.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
So coming back on will be Taylor Christensen. Delgeier will go to right field here now. And then we're going to see who's playing at shortstop and third base. So at shortstop now it's going to be Seibel as she goes back to short. And then Bieber will be at third base. So Delgeier able to get 1/3 of an inning, just one out. She's got the runners at the corners. Both are going to be charged against her if they would come in to score as Summer Haig comes up. Haig with a double was stranded at third base in the 4th, 1 of 3 today from the plate. Haig works ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. And now they're saying, hey, Dupong and Delgeier, why don't you guys switch? So Delgeier goes back to center field and Dupong now goes back to right field. So 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. Now 1-1. So opportunity here for the Thompson Tommies, but they have to go back against Christensen as Geiger goes 19. Let's make that 17 pitches. 2 hits, 1 run. That was earned. A strikeout and a walk. Now it's 2-1 to Haig, but if the runner from third and Dick and the runner from first and Stump come in to score, both would be charged against Geiger. So 2 balls, 1 strike here as Matt Chandler will come on here. And I think Chandler's going to be talking it over quickly with who's calling balls and strikes, is making sure everything's good. Mark Sandman calling balls and strikes here in game number 2. 2-1 offering on the way as Haig trying to get on base. Swung on and missed. Nice pitch by Christensen, now 2-2. Beulah Miners finished consolation champs last year. 2nd appearance here in the state tournament in program history. Back-to-back years, a win would automatically have them their best season. 2 balls, 2 strikes, foul back to the backstop, and we'll do it again. After Haig, it goes to Drew Schwab here for the Thompson Tommies. Runner at first base and Stump. Olivia Dick is at third. Thompson down by 4 right now, and those 3 runs are looming large for Beulah in the bottom of the 6th. Swung on and missed, and Christensen gets punch out number 13. 2 down now in the 7th inning. So Thompson down to their final out here in the state quarterfinals. If they just got to find a way to bring Lopez up to the plate as the game-tying run. That's the goal right now for Thompson. Try to get the on-deck batter up to the plate some way, somehow. As Christensen 1 out away from trying to put this one to bed. This one will go to the backstop here. Thompson will come in and scoring. It's now 9-6. That was a ball that got by Gerke. And now Schwab will be working ahead in the count 1-0. So Olivia Dick comes in to score. Stump now at second base. 1 ball, no strikes here to Drew Schwab and the pitch. In there for a strike now, 1-1. Batter number 6 of the inning here for the Thompson Tommies as they trail it by 3. 1 ball, 1 strike. Taylor Christensen looks in. Swung on and missed, now 1-2. Thompson down to their final strike. Christensen looking for punch-out number 14 and a Beulah first time trying to get to the state semifinals. And she's done it. Christensen with strikeout number 14, and that'll retire the side. Beulah wins it 9-6 over the Thompson Tommies. A contest goes 1 hour and 29 minutes. Christensen picks up the win, while picking up the loss is going to be Schwabe. So for the Thompson Tommies, 8 runs, 6 hits. There was an error for Beulah. 9 runs, 15 hits with 3 errors. The Beulah Miners, for the first time in program history, are advancing to the state semifinals with a 9-6 win over the Thompson Tommies. Our post-game show on RDK Enterprises Precision Play of the Game is coming up next here on your live event.
School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community, and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow into the new space and move forward with excellence.
It's now time to get to our RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game. RDK Enterprises, call 701-363-2119 with locations in Hillsborough and Drayton. It pays to plant with precision from RDK Enterprises. Well, that's going to be Taylor Christensen here for the Beulah Miners. She had herself a really nice performance, both on the mound but also at the plate. Christensen goes 3 of 4 with 2 runs scored and a run driven in, and she was able to get extra base hits on all 3 hits as well. Christensen goes 6 2/3 innings, 105 pitches, 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, 4 strikeouts with 1 walk. Taylor Christensen is our RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game. Cindy Schwabe picks up the complete game loss, goes 6 innings, 101 pitches, 15 hits, 9 runs, all earned, and 5 strikeouts to no walks for Schwabe. Thompson going 3 of 4 is Maya Croxton at the plate with a run scored and a run driven in. And then you had also with an RBI, Olivia Dick went 1 of 3 with a run scored and a run driven in, and faced up with a run scored and a run driven in as well. For the Beulah Miners, top of the order really did some damage. 5 runs driven in with Christensen. That's Taylor Geiger and Seibel here for Beulah, and Lizzie DuPong went 2 of 3 with 2 runs scored as well. For the Beulah Miners, 9 runs, 15 hits, 3 errors, and 5 runners left on base. The Thompson Tommies, 6 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, and 7 runners left on base. Thompson falls to 14-6 now on the season. The Beulah Miners pick up win number 20 as they go to 20-6 now on the year. Let's update our state softball bracket. Here's what's coming up tomorrow then on your live event. At 11 o'clock in the morning in the consolation semifinal, Velma Drake Animus against the Thompson Tommies. That'll be at 11 o'clock tomorrow here on your live event. And we will also have coverage of Kindred Richland and Beulah at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, where the Vikings tango with the Miners. That's a 2 seed and the 3 seed after Kindred Richland won 17-7 over Velva Drake Animus in 5 innings. Avery Ammerman had 4 runs driven in the win for Kindred Richland. Still to come here on your live event at 4 o'clock, Central Cass against Alex Burlington, Lewis, and Clark. Our coverage will get underway around 3:50, and then at 6 o'clock it'll be Mayport CG and Renville County. Again, your final 9-6 Beulah over the Thompson Tommies. Beulah led throughout the contest after scoring 4 runs in the first inning. Thank you very much for tuning in to the state softball tournament here on your live event. Again, we will have coverage tomorrow morning for the Thompson Tommies at 11 o'clock against Velva Drake Animus, and we will have coverage of the Beulah Miners game against Kindred Richland at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. In Fargo, I'm Chase Miller. We'll see you in an hour for the next 2 quarterfinal round games here on your live event.